views expressed on this channel are based on opinions and/or hypothesis for edification and further educational purposes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Little children, it is the last hour, and as you have heard that Antichrist cometh, even now there are become many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last hour. 1 John 2 verse 18. Many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who do not confess that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh. Any such person is the deceiver and the Antichrist. 2 John 1 verse 7. The largest organized collection of Hebrew Old Testament manuscripts in the world is housed in the Russian National Library, Second Furkovich Collection, in St. Petersburg. 4. Codex Leningradensis is the oldest complete manuscript of the Hebrew Bible in Hebrew. Manuscripts earlier than the 13th century are very rare. The oldest manuscripts were written in a form of scroll. The medieval manuscripts usually were written in a form of codex. The late manuscripts written after the 9th century used the Masoretic text. The important manuscripts are associated with Aaron ben Asher, especially Codex Leningradensis. 1. Allegedly, Pope Sixtus required those in the kingdom to receive a mark. Without the mark you were not able to buy or sail. The kingdom was occupied in Europe, but not the whole world. Scholars and photographs show the region during the 1500s through the 1800s with very little population amongst huge architect buildings. A 1,000-year reign of peace can be found during the Dark or Middle Ages 500-1500 AD with many popes and rulers still present day. In the case of health issues, allegedly Francis signed his resignation letter at the beginning of his term. The Jews will receive him as their Messiah. John 5 verses 43. He shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god and shall speak marvelous things about the God of gods. Daniel 11 verses 36. He will not regard the God of his fathers. Daniel 11 verses 37. This is generally taken to mean he is a Jew who has apostatized from the God of Israel. He will not regard the desire of women. Daniel 11 verses 37, perhaps a reference to Messiah. 4. Main events of the early Middle Ages or the Dark Ages. 1. Barbarian rule. 2. Feudalism. 3. Islam. And 4. The Holy Roman Empire. The Dark Ages Mission Part 1. The corruption influences of power, prestige, and unlimited finances changed the church to a myopic view in its attempt to create a Christian kingdom, instead of spreading out over the land. All non-Christian books were burned, very few people could read or write. Old newspaper reads, desecrated. Outrage over Bible deep-fried in a chip shop batter, sold as art at Council Gallery. First Book of Adam and Eve. Chapter 38. When 5,500 years are fulfilled. 1. After these things the word of God came to Adam, and said to him, 2. O Adam, as to the fruit on the tree of life that you have asked for, I will not give it to you now, but only when the 5,500 years are fulfilled. At that time I will give you fruit from the tree of life, and you will eat, and live forever, you, and Eve, and your righteous descendants. 3. But these 43 days cannot make amends for the hour in which you transgressed my commandment. 4. O Adam, I gave you the fruit of the fig tree to eat in which you hid yourself. Go and eat of it, you and Eve. 5. I will not deny your request, neither will I disappoint your hope, therefore, endure until the fulfillment of the covenant I made with you. 6. And God withdrew his word from Adam. Second Book of Adam and Eve, chapter 12 verses 5 and 6. Verse 5, Then when the building of the roof was completed, he commanded them to make offerings. They worked diligently at these, and brought them to Seth their father, who took them and offered them upon the altar. and prayed God to accept their offerings, to have mercy on the souls of his children, and to keep them from the hand of Satan. Verse 6, And God accepted his offering, and sent his blessing upon him and upon his children. And then God made a promise to Seth, saying, At the end of the great 5 days and a half, concerning which I have made a promise to thee and to thy father, I will send my word and save thee and thy seed. The Gospel of Bartholomew, chapter 1 verses 16 to 17. The 7,000-year timeline of mankind further researched. 16 And Beliar said unto Hades, Look carefully who it is that, for it is Elias, or Enoch, or one of the prophets that this man seemeth to me to be. 17 But Hades answered Death and said, Not yet are 6,000 years accomplished. And whence are these, O Beliar? For the sum of the number is in mine hands. The book of Bartholomew gives a different view of some characters found in the 66-book canon, such as Adam, Satan, Hades, Peter, Jesus, and Mary. Bartholomew also died a horrific death, being flayed alive and crucified upside down for his beliefs. Using spiritual discernment, seek out a matter. Psalms 82 verses 1 to 8 TLV. A Psalm of Asaph. God takes his stand in the assembly of God. He judges among the gods. How long will you judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Selah, give justice to the poor and fatherless. Be just to the afflicted and destitute. Rescue the weak and needy. Deliver them out of the hand of the wicked. They know nothing, they understand nothing, they walk about in darkness. All of earth's foundations are shaken. I said, You are gods, and you are all sons of Elion, yet you will die like men, and will fall like any of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth. For you possess all the nations. TLV, Tree of Life version. Thank you for your time. Please share.